Hello beautiful people and welcome back to a very interesting video. And in this video, of course, we're gonna test Mr. Cranston together with Mr. Duke and together with Barbie on planes. So why are we exactly doing this? Simply because if we have here a look, this hero will gonna give another 20% vitality, which is regular attack buff. So in other words, we know that Barbie's skill is just literally that. So what you're gonna see is gonna be a very interesting video, but also towards the end it's gonna be extremely entertaining because something happened which I actually didn't plan, and it's gonna be funny and interesting at the same time. So I highly recommend you guys to watch this till the end as always. So let's go into the war zone and see some battle reports. Let's start actually with this battle report right here. Now we have a look at Mr. Blade. This is not part of this video, but just as a side information, because we are looking at these stronger players. And when you see these players with such stats and 3 level 7, one might get the idea that people or players like this can indeed afford a new hero with level 5, even level 7, though you see them staying in this conservative setup. So again, this battle report is not relevant for the video, just as a side information. Now let's go into the real battle reports, and for that we're gonna have 3 players actually today, 1 by accident and 2 intended, of course. And for that, a huge shout out to Mr. DS for helping us with this battle report. So first of all, let's go directly into the stats and compare. Now, I know this may look like a shock to you, but trust me, it's worth actually to consider this battle relevant. So we are looking at a striker level 5, a Brady level 5, and an Asuka with a level 5, while I'm running Duke and Cranston with level 5. Now let's have a look at the stats. Yes, indeed, he's using the yellow heavy trooper, but that doesn't make my red heavy trooper any weaker than that. Quite the contrary, if I'm pretty lucky at the beginning with a lot of procs, I may get very fast the upper hand. Of course, we see here the same tier level 5 on the shark formation. He is slightly higher than me. And let's have a look at the stats right here. And here we go. Yeah, it's a slightly difference on the HP, yeah. But on the attack, I'm pretty good. And when you see also, I have a higher Airforce damage increase and also a higher Airforce damage decrease. And of course, we also need to have a look at the DEF. So you see here, I have a 26.2 Airforce DEF. He has only 9.4. And of course, all units DEF, he is slightly higher than me. So, ladies and gentlemen, here is the battle report. Now, we're gonna go through one of these battle report, and I think I have a small idea why Duke looks so awesome on paper, but actually in battle, he's not quite performing like you would expect him on paper. So we're gonna go into this idea too. So let's have a look at the second battle report, again versus Mr. DS. And for the sake of mentioning, again, we have to go in here and see he is in mechanical master mode, yeah? So here is the result like here. This was a more tighter battle. So okay, not only Barbie is my damage dealer, of course Mr. Duke also, but you kind of see the result right here kind of speaks a different language. So let's go into the next battle report, which is this one. And let's have a look again what happened here. Now, this was more evident right here. We have another battle report versus Mr. DS, and we're gonna go into that, and we're gonna start the animation, and I'm gonna kind of share you my idea, what I think, what is not necessarily super great about Duke, though he is a very solid hero for TOPWAR, especially if you don't have Striker, Jinji, Lila. So this is the battle report right here. Let's go into this battle report, and of course, yeah, I won once, but if we have a look of the difference, yeah, I won't necessarily call this a win, to be honest, but indeed it was. So let's start the battle animation. So again, here I am downstairs, I'm the attacker, he is the defender. I'm the red line, so you see in the first round he performed better, the second one was kind of equal, and of course this is how it kind of ended up. So first of all, let's clarify some things about Mr. Duke. So we're gonna go here into the second round, and you still see me actually having the indestructible buff because that was a text error and the devs corrected. So yes, with a level 5 you're gonna get 2 full rounds of indestructible buff, and level 7 will just gonna give you 10% extra indestructible and not 10% extra length, in which you could think that will be another half round of indestructible. So that's why when I'm explaining you this, we're gonna leave this battle in the second round in order to see for yourself that this indestructible buff won't drop. So where is exactly kind of the issue for Mr. Duke? I think the problem is, what is he hitting? So he always gonna hit the back row. Now I'm with the planes, and yeah, normally in the back row, always we're gonna have the Encyclomus. Now granted, if he's gonna hit the Navy, of course, I can clear that up very fast. But the point here is, he's gonna get stuck chewing a lot of time on that tank unit, and of course, this much of my opponent being the planes and using the tank for the Encyclopedia, of course, that's a gold unit on top of it. So I think this is exactly kind of where the issue is. So these are the battle reports, me versus DS, but we have another person which we play against, and let's go jump into that. Yeah, you can take my word for it, the indestructible buff won't drop, so it's going to be full for the second round, so you can take my word on it. So for now, let's go to see our second opponent today, which is Mr. Ibrahim, and by the way, thank you very much, buddy, for helping out. And let's go directly into the stats, because we want to kind of show you first the opponent, and then we're going to have a look at the results. So let's have a look. He's, again, using this conservative hero setup with a Maximo level 5, with a Shinji level 7, and with a Hazel level 7. So let's go have a look at the stats right here, first of all, and see, yeah, he has a weaker shark formation than me, of course. And let's have a look also at the stats right here. So I have a higher Airforce attack, around about 400%, and I'm also slightly higher in HP. He's a bit higher on the damage increase and on the damage decrease. And let's have a look, of course, as always, at the DEF. So my DEF is around about 10% higher than his. And of course, DEF of all units, mine is again higher than his. This is the result right here, ladies and gentlemen, versus this conservative setup. Now, first of all, allow me to point you something here. I am the attacker and he is the defender. And because he uses the Valhalla units, which won't work for him because he's defending, I use also my Valhalla units. Of course, I didn't have enough, the 16, I had only 13, so that's why I put, but those are level 103 also. So this is kind of the result right here. Again, it's very weird because I would actually also expected a much more stable and much more solid performance from Duke. Again, this hero is absolutely great if you don't have Striker, Gypsy and Lila. Absolute, you should definitely unlock him either way. Now, I was planning actually to hit Mr. Ibrahim again, but somebody jumped between us and look what happened. So now I know that this battle report right here won't be anywhere relevant to the battle comparison, but would be relevant for something else. First of all, of course, your curiosity. And second of all, of course, again, as I mentioned when I showed you Mr. Blade. Now, when we look these great players like Mr. Dossar, one may presume that they can afford to make the new hero and put him directly at level 7. Can we safely assume that? Because I think we can. Though we see them using this setup right here. So this is a very important information. Of course, I know you guys are super curious, so we're gonna have a look, and I hope he won't kill me for that. So let's have a look at all these special effects right here, which is absolutely crazy, and I know you guys are super curious about it, and I am, of course, myself. So let's see what else is he having, and of course we're gonna go have a look at the stats, and I will gonna highly suggest you guys to sit down if you're not sitting down by now, because yeah, you may have some issue with your balance. Anyways, let's jump into the stats, beautiful people. So of course he has a shark formation 10. So let's have a look at the Airforce right here. So that's a whopping 5,614 HP, and of course 5,054 attack. Yeah, what do you want me to say about that? Airforce damage increase is absolutely crazy, and of course the damage increase, and of course we also have to have a look at the Airforce DEF. Now, that's a 44%, and of course, the EF of all units, that's God mode. 108%, that's simply insane. Anyways, beautiful people, I hope this comparison helps you a lot to take this decision. Should you 5-star Mr. Duke, yes or no? I think the answer to your question, should I unlock Duke, it's a 100% yes, because this is absolutely a very solid hero, no question about it. But again, my opinion, I think it's not necessarily his proc rate, but the fact that he mostly gonna get stacked on that one tank encirclement unit, and that's also gonna be a gold unit, and he is gonna be chewing on that for a long while. So I think that's kind of the difference between Duke on paper and Duke in the battles. As always, beautiful people, if such content like this helps you a lot with your gaming experience, with your account progression, if you're happy to see such content, of course, now it's your turn to see which buttons on this video you should click. Click like if you like this video. Click the subscribe button, of course, if you like to motivate me to keep up doing so many videos with so many great information. And of course, as always, guys, if you have any questions regarding this topic, put it in the comments. If it's on a different topic, doesn't really matter. You're watching this video, ask your question right here and I will gonna answer it regardless the topic. And of course, don't forget to see me in the next episode, in which we're gonna have to discuss about the G.I. Joe event itself, the rewards, and how to play it basically.